Hey everyone, let's talk about something that can feel, well, a little overwhelming. Your endpoint assessment portfolio. What if I told you this secret isn't just about listing everything you've done? It's about turning that list into a powerful story about your skills. And it all starts with one big question, right? This is the million-dollar question. You've put in the hours, you've learned so much, but how on earth do you show it all in a way that an assessor really gets it, so they see your real capability, not just a bunch of tasks? It can be super stressful, but don't worry, we're going to break it all down. So here's the secret sauce. It's a really simple but honestly game-changing 4-part framework. Once you get this, it'll completely change how you approach every single project in your portfolio. This is the key. Okay, first things first, you have to get this one idea into your head. Your portfolio is a collection of stories, not a to-do list you've checked off. Every project you include is a little narrative that shows off what you're capable of. And here are the building blocks for every single one of those stories. For every piece of work, you've got to answer these 4 questions. What was the actual task? How did you do it? What were the steps? Why did you do it that way? And crucially, who did you work with to make it happen? And here's why this is so brilliant. It's because this framework lines up perfectly with what the assessors are actually looking for. Your what shows your knowledge base. The how is all about your practical skills. The why is gold. That shows you can think for yourself. And the who proves you can work with others, which is a key behavior they are grading you on. All right, so we have our 4 key ingredients. Now, how do we put them together into a story? Well, we're going to use a clear 5-act structure that makes it super easy for your assessor to follow along. So, you want to think of each project entry like it's a mini-movie. You start with the introduction. Set the scene. Then you talk about the planning. What was your strategy? Next up is execution, the action sequence. Then you show the result, what actually happened. And you end with the most important part, the evaluation. So that execution part is where you get into the nitty-gritty. If you're a digital marketer, this is where you talk about the exact tools you use to launch a campaign. If you're a business administrator, maybe you're explaining how you rolled out a new filing system, this is your chance to really detail the how of your story. Okay, lean in, because this is so important. A lot of people get scared to include projects that didn't go perfectly. But here's the thing, a project that got a bad result is not a failure in your portfolio. Seriously, it can actually be one of your strongest pieces of evidence. And this quote shows you exactly why. The assessor knows things don't always go to plan in the real world. They aren't looking for perfection. They're looking for proof that you can reflect, figure out what went wrong, and come up with smart ideas for how to do it better next time. That shows real professional maturity. And that's exactly why that final evaluation section is your moment to shine. It's your chance to talk about what you learned, what you do differently, and connect it all back to your own professional development. You're basically showing them you know how to grow from your experiences. Okay, you've written these amazing project stories, but a great story needs some proof, right? So the final piece of this puzzle is backing it up with clear evidence, and this is key, making it incredibly simple for the assessor to see the connection. And when it comes to evidence, you can get creative. It's not just about the final report you wrote. It could be emails showing your communication, screenshots of software you used, feedback from your boss, even a quick audio recording where you reflect on your progress. If it proves you've met the criteria, it's fair game. I mean, this slide says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you have a messy folder that makes the assessor play detective. On the right, you have a beautiful, clear system where every piece of evidence points to a specific skill. You want to be the portfolio on the right. Always. Don't ever make your assessor guess. And here's a pro tip for you. Go the extra mile and actually put the criteria codes, like K1 or S3, right inside your project descriptions. It's like putting little signposts in your story that say, hey, Mr. or Miss Assessor, the skill you're looking for, it's right here. It makes their job so much easier. This quote pretty much sums it all up. Your #1 job is to make the assessor's job easy. When you tell a clear story and you back it up with clearly mapped evidence, you're building a portfolio that just screams competent. So as you go off and start building this, I want you to ask yourself this one last question. When your assessor finishes reading your portfolio, what's the one big story it tells about you as a professional? If you use these ideas, I promise you, that story will be an amazing one. Good luck.